Now, this is case number 315 on the calendar in the matter of Greenfield versus Chamberlain. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Did you ever key anybody's car?
No, not that I can remember. I was just kidding. No, never.
Why wouldn't you key somebody's car?
It's against the law. It's not a nice thing to do.
You wouldn't like somebody to do it to you.
Heck no.
All those things.
That's right.
More people here who key cars. According to your complaint, Miss Greenfield, Miss Chamberlain is the ex-girlfriend of your current boyfriend.
That is correct.
They have a child together.
Yes.
And you claim she keyed your car.
Yes.
And Miss Chamberlain said, absolutely not. She did not do anything of the sort. So when do you claim she keyed your car?
1:15 in the morning on June 11th.
Where were you?
I was at my house.
Where was your car?
In my driveway.
Where does Miss Chamberlain live in relation to where you live?
Just around the corner.
What makes you believe that Miss Chamberlain damaged your car?
I saw her do it. She left me a voicemail about 11:40 in the evening. She also left a note on my car.
I'd like to see the note that she left on your car. And I'd like to hear the voicemail as well. Did you leave a voicemail on her machine?
Not that I recall. No, ma'am.
Try. Did you leave a voicemail on her machine?
No.
Okay. Is this your handwriting?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
Where did you leave that note?
I did not recall leaving that on her car that day, but I do recall going over there, knocking on the door. She was very rude to me and shut the door.
Listen to me. I just asked where you left this note.
Well, if she says I left it on her car, then that's, I imagine
When
that's
did
where
you
she found
find it on your car?
As soon as I walked out there.
You mean
When
on
I saw her
the
at my
11th
car.
of June?
That is
on the
correct.
11th of June. I'd like to hear the voicemail.
Okay.
Okay, so tell me what you observed on the 11th of June.
Well, the 10th of June, which was later that evening, about 10:50, I got a hang-up phone call. 20 minutes later, 11:15, 11:20, Janelle shows up at my door asking for my boyfriend, which he was still at work. And I said, no, he's not home. And it causes conflict when her and I speak and to come back when he is home. And I shut the door. And 11:40, she leaves the voicemail message on my cell phone. And 1:15 in the morning, I see her put an egg on my car and key it.
I object to that. She did not see me there.
You'll have an opportunity to tell me. When you saw her key your car, did you go downstairs?
Yes.
When you got downstairs, was she there or was she gone?
She was running down the driveway in front of the house, running south.
Did you say anything?
Yes.
What did you say?
I told her to stay the hell away from my car.
Did she answer you?
No, she kept running.
Did you call the police?
Yes, I did.
Can I see the police report, please? Police report the next day?
No, it was on the 11th of
On
June.
the 11th, that day. Okay, now I'll hear you. June 11th. Go ahead.
It was actually the 10th. That night I left for the grocery store. I cashed WIC vouchers.
What time?
I'm not sure. Whatever the police report says was on the receipt. It was late in the evening. I went to go get my baby some formula. I came back home. The police knocked on the door. I showed them my receipt. I was at the grocery store at the same time that she was accusing me of this.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
No, you weren't.
Well, it takes time to get to and from.
Let's be clear. You were not at the grocery store at the same time that she alleged she saw you in front of the house.
Okay.
Go ahead.
But I did go to the grocery store that
You
evening,
did.
return home, show him my receipt.
Who else do you live with?
My husband, Daniel Chamberlain. He was there.
Is there any reason why you go to the grocery store at 1:45 in the morning?
Ma'am, my husband works third shift, and he goes to college half of the day, so we have very irregular hours.
Was there any reason you went to the grocery store at 1:45 in the morning?
To get formula for my baby.
Why didn't he go?
It wasn't necessary. He needed to
How many
stay at home
don't you-
with the children.
How many children do you have?
I have 4.
Go ahead.
That's what I did. I went to the grocery
Well,
store
at what
that
point
night
did
and
you
I came
call
back
her on
home.
the telephone and leave that message?
It's very emotional.
At what time did you call her that evening and leave that message?
That's been months ago, Your Honor.
Well, certainly it's been months ago. At what point did you call her and leave that message on her answering machine?
The only time I remember having any confrontation with her was earlier in the day.
I'm not asking you about confrontation, madam. You didn't speak to her when you called. I'm asking you at what time in the evening did you call and leave that message on her answering machine?
I cannot be sure.
So you don't remember when you made the phone call, is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am.
You do, however, remember putting this note on the car, because that's what you told the police
I
officer.
don't recall putting that note on her car.
Well, that's what you told the policeman who interviewed
That
you.
is my handwriting.
You told the policeman that you put this note on her car.
That was directly after the incident, so if that's what I told him, yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What the police officer found is that the bags that you showed them to explain that you were in the store, that despite the fact that it was raining very, very hard that evening, the bags were miraculously dry.
And later today,
I heard some commotion upstairs. We heard some screaming outside. My wife was screaming hysterically and my son, and I called up. I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "Pit bull attack."
Greenfield says her boyfriend's ex, Janelle Chamberlain, keyed her car in the middle of the night. Janelle says it wasn't her.
Okay, can I see your estimate to fix the damage on your car, please?
Just because I left a note on her car does not mean that I keyed it.
You have photographs of the car?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see them, please. Where on the car was the note?
On the driver's side windshield.
It was raining that night,
I know. I retrieved it as soon as she left it there.
so you went out immediately.
Yes.
Right. Because clearly the police who observed the note, this is just a copy
No,
of it.
because
The
that
police
note was
I'm
left earlier in the day,
I'm
not that
speaking.
night when it was raining.
I'm speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Police officer observed the note. The police officer described its condition. It was, in fact, wet. And what the police officer found is that the bags that you showed them to explain that you were in the store immediately prior, so that they took the bags and looked at them, noticed that despite the fact that it was raining very, very hard that evening, the bags that you got from the store were miraculously dry, according to the police report. There are other ways to dealing with problems.
I didn't key her car.
I believe you did.
Well,
That's
you're right.
my
You
judgment.
have the right to believe
Absolutely right. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $700. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
that. I believe that she's totally wrong.
Judge Judy's a good judge of character.
This woman's trying to deface me.
We've had problems from the beginning.
I believe this will be a continuing matter.
She's got issues.
and now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brady Taylor versus Henderson. Step forward.
Neil Brady Jr. and his girlfriend, Kiana Taylor, are suing their neighbor, dog rescuer Shauna Henderson, for damages from a dog attack. The couple says Shauna's pit bulls killed their Cocker Spaniel.
Who is Brady?
I am.
Mr. Brady, Ms. Taylor, it is your claim that the defendant's dogs, and she has pit bulls,
Correct.
got loose and attacked your dog, which was on your property.
Yeah.
Your dog was a pregnant Cocker Spaniel,
Springer Spaniel.
Springer Spaniel, and the dog was killed.
All right.
You want Ms. Henderson to compensate you for your vet bills,
Correct.
for the value of your dog, and for a certain amount of pain and suffering.
All right. Lots of companionship.
And Ms. Henderson, if I'm reading between the lines, says that while it's true that her child accidentally let the dog out,
Yes.
there is no proof that it was her dogs that killed your dog, and that the amount that you are requesting from her seemed to change periodically. I'm not really sure of what your defense is.
Okay.
But I have a couple of questions for you. You read the newspaper?
No.
Ever?
Probably twice the past year.
Well, first of all, that would be a big problem. You have children?
Yes.
How many?
2.
How old are they?
They're 2 and 3.5.
Who takes care of them while you're away?
Their father, my husband.
You live together?
Yes.
Who works?
We both do.
When you're working, Who takes care of the children?
We don't work at the same time.
How many pit bulls do you have?
They're actually not pit bulls.
What are they?
They're American Bulldog mixes. This is their license paper showing that they're
You have
not.
pictures of them?
Yes.
I'd like to see them. Are they pit bull mix?
They're mixes. They're American Bulldog mixes, Your Honor.
Well, they both have a lot of pit bull in them.
They're mixes.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
All right. So, if you read the newspaper, the reason I'm asking you this question is, I would have said to you, you appear to be an intelligent woman. I'm not certain that you're an intelligent woman. But just yesterday, a woman who had a dog, pit bull, that she raised from a puppy, for no reason, turned on her. For no reason. And chewed off half of her face. Now, that's not the first time that that's happened with this breed of dog, and I'm not condemning this breed of dog. I don't know. I've never owned this breed of dog. I'm just talking to you from a layperson's perspective. So if I were the mother of 2 children, and you know that certain breeds of dog, very large ones, especially ones with the jaw configuration of a pit bull, because once a pit bull grabs hold, because of the way their jaw is configured, I gather, and I've had a lot of pit bull cases, once they grab hold, you can't get them unhooked. Very hard to get them unhooked.
Right.
So they cause more damage than your standard fair dog if they turn on you. That be a fair statement, Miss Henderson?
Sure.
I wouldn't know why the mother of 2 babies would keep a dog that had that potential if they decided to turn. If a 2-year-old, for some reason, took a stick and poked the dog with the stick so that the dog turned on them, which a 2-year-old can do. Listen, I have little tiny dogs, and I have grandchildren. And I watch those dogs around those grandchildren because the grandchildren can go over, not in, poke them in the eye, you pull the fur. And that's the way a dog responds. Dog turns around and gives a nip. Well, there's a difference in a little dog giving your kid a nip and a dog that grabs onto your face and rips it apart.
Neil Brady Jr. and his girlfriend Kiana Taylor claim neighbor Shauna Henderson owes for the death of their Cocker Spaniel. The couple says the animal was killed by Shauna's pit bulls.
Tell me what happened with your dog.
One evening we were in the house and we heard some screaming outside. I wasn't quite sure what it was until a neighbor knocked on the door and let me know my dog was attacked.
Were you the neighbor?
Yes.
Could you step up, please? Tell me your name.
Michael Palmieri.
Mr. Palmieri, you are a neighbor of the Brady Taylor family?
Yes, I am.
Tell me what you saw on what date.
I don't remember the exact date,
You
Your
remember the
Honor.
date?
It was
September 6th.
September 6th?
Yes, it
Okay.
was.
Go ahead.
Absolutely. I heard some commotion upstairs. My wife was screaming hysterically and my son, and I called up. I said, "What's going on?" And she said, "Pit bull attack." And I just ran out of the door. I had only my boxers on. I had nothing else on. I have a small child. Other neighbors have small children. So I didn't know what was going on. I ran out. I saw this one dog with this clamp down on their Cocker Spaniel. I ran over, and I was just hysteric and going crazy, and I went to attack the dog. And the dog sensed that, and he let go. And there was 2 of them. One of them had him in his mouth, and the other was very close by. And then there was a third one, a little one.
The third one that's a little one, was it the same breed?
You know, I couldn't tell. I don't think so.
Okay. I would like you to describe the 2 dogs.
Well, the one dog that had the dog in the mouth, there was something very specific about that dog. It had its name written on it, Rex. I don't know if it was spray painted. I don't know if it was dyed.
Where was it written?
Right on its side.
Is that your dog?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, there we go. That
So-
just took care of that.
Yeah.
So after that, I got the dogs off, and I didn't know because I was trying to capture them. I didn't want the dogs to get away because this same situation happened with me about a year ago where I was taking care of a pit bull for a friend while he was away, and that dog got away and attacked a gentleman's small dog and killed it, and I got sued. And I have small children. I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. And immediately after that, I said, "You got to come get this dog because I can't have this situation." They are very, very unpredictable. And my daughter loved this dog. So, I understand this is a serious matter. And I like pit bulls. Personally, I don't know, I think they're interesting dogs, but I don't want them around me, and I don't think they're safe dogs. We tried to capture a dog, and as a matter of fact, her brother trapped one of the dogs, and animal control came and got the dog, and they tracked down, I guess they followed it. Neil followed the other dogs, and they found out where the lady lived.
It's her dog. There are very few dogs that look like a pit bull that have their name, Rex, tattooed on their side. She acknowledges that's her dog. So what's the problem, Miss Henderson?
The problem was that these dogs, I do foster placement, these dogs were rescued. So they've been through 3 temperament testings. They've been around 5-pound chihuahuas all the way up to 100-pound dogs. So not only have they, like you're disclosing about the personality of a pit bull, which I'm not discrediting.
Miss Henderson, rescue dogs usually need to be rescued because they've been abandoned by their owner. Sometimes the owner is not a nice person. Sometimes the owner says, I can't handle this dog. Sometimes rescue dogs have been abused. That would make them even more unpredictable.
Not true.
I want you to just, listen, they're your children. You got a husband, you're supposed to take care of your children, you're supposed to protect them. I've said what I had to say. 10 million people have heard me say it to you. If, God forbid, something happens to one of your children, do you know how awful you're going to feel?
I don't live alone with the dog.
I'm just telling you, if, God forbid, something terrible happens to one of your children, you've been now warned, laid out in front of 10 million people. Do you know that you will never in your life recover? Not only won't your children recover, but you will never in your life recover. You've been put on notice by somebody who is not unintelligent that you're doing, as a mother, the wrong thing. As an animal activist, you may be doing the right thing, rescuing dogs, rescuing pit bull mixes that have been abandoned by their owner and have been through teams of 6 dog analysts. I'm telling you, as a mother, you're exposing your children to unnecessary risk and yourself to a lifetime of misery, because if, God forbid, one of these dogs turns on you, like it did turn on this lady in California yesterday, and eats off their face, you will never recover.
So should all those dogs be put to sleep then?
Listen to me. I'm not talking about all those dogs. I'm talking about you.
I understand.
I'm talking about you, who has a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. I'm talking about somebody who's supposed to not only look good, madam, but be marginally intelligent before you have children. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. Nothing that I say is going to get through, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may stay.
Progressively, our relationship just got worse.
She lost her son, but kept the child support.
He told me to spend every single dime of child support.
You do not deny the fact that he overpaid.
I knew that it was an overpayment.
Well, if you knew it was an overpayment, you did the wrong thing.
Judge Judy.
You should have sent it back as soon as you got it. That's what you should have done.
You are about to enter the courtroom of Judge Judith Scheindlin. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge Judy. Brian McClure and his son, 16-year-old Camden, are suing Camden's mother, Gay McClure, for the return of child support, the cost of car parts, and for stealing money from a savings account.
Yes, case number 292 on the calendar in the matter of McClure versus McClure. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Why don't you sit down, young man? Mr. McClure, this is your former wife,
Yes, Your Honor.
and this is your son
Yes, Your Honor.
that you had together.
Correct.
You have one child together?
Yes, only one.
And how long are you divorced, Mr. McClure?
Approximately a year and a half.
When you were divorced, where did your son live?
Initially lived with my wife.
For how long?
Approximately 2 years.
Okay, and then came to live with you.
Yes, as of the end of July of this year.
Both you and your son are plaintiffs in this case. I'm going to hear from you first, and then your son and I are going to have a discussion. Your son came to you in July. You were under a court order for support. The support order was for how much a month?
$677 a month.
Your suit claims that that money was taken out of your salary for the month that your son was with you, and so therefore you've overpaid child support.
Correct, until we could get the paperwork in on the modified divorce order.
Mrs. McClure, you do not deny the fact that he overpaid the $677 for that month.
No, ma'am.
So what's the issue? Why don't you return it?
He had continually told me that I was to spend every single dime of child support on Camden.
That's not true.
And
Shh. She's giving me her reason.
I just did. I knew that it was an overpayment.
No, if you knew it was an overpayment, you did the wrong thing.
But
And if you did the wrong thing, you have to pay him.
I
You're not
also
supposed-
tried to pay him back.
No, according to you, try to pay him back $10 a week or $20 a week. And that's unacceptable, because it would be unacceptable, Ms. McClure, if you were the recipient of child support in the amount of $600 and change a month, and he decided he's not going to pay you the $600 a month. He's going to give it to you in dribs and drabs of $20 a month, and he'll catch up when he wants to catch up. That would be unacceptable to you. It's unacceptable to him, because he had the responsibility of supporting the child during that month, and you have the responsibility of paying him back the money. You should have sent it back as soon as you got it. We understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
So your claim is for $677?
$624 and change.
$624. Just saved yourself $50, Mrs. McClure. That's what you're entitled to, and that's what you're going to get. Understood?
Yes.
Now you can stand up. What's your first name?
Camden.
Why did you go and live with your father, Camden?
The living experience with my mother wasn't a very likely.
How old are you?
16.
So you lived with your mother for 16 years. You mean all of a sudden it became an unpleasant experience?
Yes.
In what regard, sir?
I wanted to spend more time with my father, so I was wanting to go live with him.
That's perfectly acceptable.
Then when I informed her of it, progressively our relationship just got worse.
Well, that's unfortunate. But your desire to go to live with your father, according to you, was just because you wanted to spend more time with your father. Is that right?
Yes.
You have a problem with that, Mrs. McClure?
Only for the fact that several months before that, we had discussed him going to live with Brian, and he said that he did not want to under any circumstances, and he actually wanted me to promise to him that if Brian sued for custody, that I would not go along with it, I would go to court.
Changed his mind. Listen to me. Let's say that happened. He changed his mind. And that's what kids do when they're 16 years old. So when they're 16 years old, what you're supposed to do is say, listen, you want to go live with your father? Free. I'm free. Right? I don't have to worry about where he is. I don't have to worry about him coming home. I don't have to clean up after his mess in the bathroom. You don't have to fight with him over cutting his hair. You don't have to do anything. He's with his father. It's his father's grief. I mean, I understand this. I was in family court for a lot of years. You get hurt. You get a little wounded. It's a natural phenomenon that you get a little wounded. But, you know, what I'm telling you is, for the first time in your life as an adult, you're going to be free. If nothing else, I'm going to make you feel good about that, because it's not anything that reflects on your parenting. He had a wind that went through his brain. Today, I want to go live with my father. We can pal around together. We're going to be buddies. I want to bond with him a little bit. Terrific. You have other children, sir?
I live with my current wife, and we do have a 5-year-old daughter together.
Great! Now you got 2 kids to worry about.
Yes.
You are the man. Good
Oh,
for
it's
you.
fun.
Oh, definitely. Good for you. Okay, now Camden.
Yes.
This is why your father has included you in this lawsuit, because you're a minor. Now, you had use of a car when you were living with your mother. The car was her car, because it was in the judgment of divorce, according to what I read, she got that car. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, Your
Good.
Honor.
And according to your mother, she put in a lot of money in the car to make it drivable, and you drove that car. And according to you, you put in some money also. You put in, I don't know, rims and the things that kids put in cars, right?
Actually, I made it runnable.
Mr. McClure, I don't want to hear you encouraging him at all. Do we
Okay.
understand each other?
Yes, Your Honor.
This isn't supposed to be a bad thing for him. This is supposed to be a good thing for him.
Yes, it is.
That he's come to live with you. He's got a mother. She loves him. He's supposed to love her, not be angry with her. I'm a little angry with you for including him in this lawsuit, for even permitting it to go forward without saying to him, Camden, you're wrong. This is your mom's car. I got a car when we got a divorce. She got a car when we got a divorce. This is her car. It's not your car. That's what you should have done.
If I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
The car was purchased approximately when Camden was 12 years old, and everybody in the family was under the understanding...
I don't care what the understanding was. You were living with your wife at the time?
Correct.
All right. Listen to me very carefully, sir. Now you're divorced, and in the judgment of divorce, she got the car. Did you take a car?
I took a vehicle, yes, and she
Good.
received this vehicle.
And if she got one car and you got another car, then what you do is you want your son to have a car, give him your car if he comes to live with you.
He
Don't
does.
say to him, that was your car. Everybody understood it was going to be your car when you turned 16.
That's
How
correct,
many
Your
cars
Honor.
did you give her? 2 cars or 1?
2?
2.
Yes.
From you?
Yes.
Tell me.
87 Buick Riviera and the 86 Pontiac Trans Am.
And what did you get?
An 86 Trans Am and my 93 Chevy pickup.
So you did a little bit better
I,
by about 5-6 years.
yeah, the only vehicle that I had payments on was the pickup.
Listen to me. You did a little better.
Yes, I did fine.
So now you have 2 cars, and she has 2 cars. And if your son comes to live with you, give him one of your cars.
He currently has his own vehicle, Your Honor.
Perfect. Then why are we here, Camden?
Because some of the parts that I put on that car to make it runnable, so I worked for those and installed them.
And you used the car.
Yes.
Did you pay for the car?
No.
Did you pay to have the repairs done on the car other than the few parts that you put in?
All the repairs that were done were by myself.
You put in all the repairs since you're 12 years old?
Me and my father, then.
I'm talking about you. It's not your car, it's your mother's car. She let you drive it. You don't belong here suing her. We understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You are the custodian for his money, and you can't take it out.
I didn't necessarily spend it. Camden did.
And later today,
The cop pulled me over. I had a 12-pack, but there was only 6 of them left.
Was inside your belly, inside your little tummy? 6-pack?
Yes.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 16-year-old Camden McClure says his mother, Gay McClure, owes for the value of car parts and for closing his savings account.
Now, let's talk about this bank account that you claim your mother closed out and took your money. How much money was in this bank account?
$528.
And where did you get it from?
Working for my grandfather, yard sales, things like that.
When was the account closed?
August 25th in 2003.
Did you put any money into that account allegedly after August of 2003?
No.
Well, you were still living with your mother then?
Yes.
Tell me what happened with that account in 2003.
I do not know. She said that she closed the account.
You closed the account in August 2003. Why?
Because we lived way out of town. And when he needed money for, the church group or whatever activity that he wanted to go, if he didn't happen to tell me the day before, I didn't have the money on hand. So he either didn't get to go or, I'd have to go all the way back into town to take the money out of the bank.
Why didn't you pay for it?
I did on a lot of things.
You should have paid for it on everything. Do you work?
No.
Well, how do you support yourself?
I was on public assistance.
Did you know that your mother was receiving public assistance?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there things that you needed that you didn't have money for?
A few things, nothing too important.
Like what?
Just daily necessities. Sometimes it was hard.
So is it possible that this money got used up?
Possibly.
Did you know that your mother was going to the bank to take this money out in small amounts when you needed the money? Did she say, well, go to your bank account and take out the money?
No, I didn't.
You
Yes,
sure
he
about
did.
that?
Yes, he did. And it was even under his suggestion, Mom, why don't you just close the account, have the money here at the house, so you don't have to worry about running all the way back into town and running back when he would want money for
Did that
something.
sound familiar to you, Camden?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Camden says that he worked.
Yes.
And he put his money into that bank account.
Yes, he did. I also put money in there that he did not, per se, work for, but yes.
She didn't put any money that I didn't work for in there.
Can I see the transactions from the savings account, please?
Go back over there.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. This money was originally opened with $300. The only money that was put in was $227 after your mother put it in. So, Camden, my question to you is it possible, sir, that that's the extent of the money that you put in this account? $227?
That bank was open here in Boise, and most of the money I made was when we still lived in Twin Falls. So that's why there's a $300 deposit.
Well, that's the beginning balance.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Miss McClure, let me tell you this. There's no question that this car is your car. I'm dismissing that part of your son's lawsuit that deals with that car. I do, however, think that he has a legitimate complaint with regard to the savings account that was in his name where he put his money. This is his money. You are the custodian for his money, and you can't take it out and spend it unless you're prepared to show me exactly what you spent it on.
I didn't necessarily spend it. Camden did.
All right. On your lawsuit, sir, I am awarding you the $528.85 for the money that's in the account. I hope that that satisfies you. I want you to be a smart boy.
Thank you.
Just because you decided to live with your father doesn't mean that you don't have a mother anymore. I've already explained to her that she should be the second happiest person in this room today because she has a little bit of freedom, and she should use that to get herself together, to get a job, to start taking care of herself, which she clearly hasn't done in a very long time. That's her responsibility. She doesn't have any children at home. She doesn't have any reason why she can't get a job and work.
I have one.
Well, it's been a long time
Yes.
coming. It is time now for you to take care of yourself and nobody else to take care of you. You owe your former husband $624 and your son $528. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I love him very much. I always will, no matter what he says or does. That's just the way it is.
I just thought, you know, fair is fair. You know, you should at least try to straighten things out.
And as far as Camden and I are concerned, that's only up to Camden.
I'm not sure. That's for time to be told.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Thomas McMillan versus Chris Lee. Step forward, please.
Tricia Thomas and her fiancé Wesley McMillan are suing former friend Billy Chrisley for causing them to be ticketed for the possession of marijuana.
According to what I read, you were traveling in 2 cars, leaving Texas on your way to Arkansas because of Hurricane Rita.
Yes, ma'am.
You were traveling behind Miss Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
In the car that you were traveling in was Mr. McMillan, one of Miss Thomas's children.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Thomas was traveling in front of you, and in your car was another one of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Grisley, you were pulled over by the police
Yes, ma'am.
for tailgating.
Yes, ma'am.
What did the policeman say to you?
Well, he pulled me over for tailgating. That's what he told me he pulled me over for.
In what state were you when you
In
got
Oklahoma.
pulled? Oklahoma.
We were on our way back.
Go ahead.
So he pulled us over. He asked me for my license, registration, all that for the car. And I told him I didn't have my license, and I just got the car, so I didn't have no insurance, no registration, no nothing on it, because I just got it.
Well, what about your license?
It was expired, and I still had to leave to go to Arkansas, and I just drove back, you know.
Could we move on, please? What else did the police
Wait.
officer say to you?
So he ran my record and everything else. Then he asked me if I had anything, and I told him yes. And so he went back to my...
Well, you said yes, and he said, what?
No, we just went back to my car. I gave him what I had.
Well, what did you have?
I just had maybe a joint and a half.
Of marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you have it?
In my center console.
Where'd you get it from?
I brought it from home.
Had you used it while you were in Arkansas?
Yes, ma'am.
And you only had a little bit left?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyway, so now, against that backdrop, Officer Bird, the police officer gave him a ticket and also gave Mr. McMillan a ticket because under the laws in the state of Oklahoma, if there's marijuana or drugs in the car, everybody's responsible. So everybody gets a ticket. So Mr. McMillan got a ticket, and Miss Thomas over here had to pay the ticket, or else she was leaving Mr. McMillan in Oklahoma. And she wanted him home because it looks to me as if you're expecting.
Yes, ma'am.
How wonderful.
Tricia Thomas and fiancé Wesley McMillan say former friend Billy Chrisley caused them to be cited for possession of marijuana.
So, since you had to come up with this money because of his personal use of marijuana, you really feel as if he should take care of the ticket.
Correct.
I don't think I should because I already admitted up to my own stuff.
Why is it his fault?
Well, I don't see why the cop gave him a ticket for my stuff. I already gave it to him.
Because that's the law in Oklahoma. I haven't seen that law, but I must assume in Oklahoma, if you are an adult and you are apprehended or stopped in a car and there is contraband, you know what that is? You know, bad stuff,
Yeah.
contraband?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody in the car is responsible.
Okay.
That's the law. So your suggestion that he sue the cop really doesn't make sense. Now, if you said to me, look, he shared the marijuana with me, he smoked the marijuana in Arkansas, he knew it was there because we both used it together.
Well, we did.
Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh, where did you do that?
While we were up there.
In Arkansas?
Yes, ma'am.
Really? You sure?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, Mr. McMillan.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I've been clean from every drug and alcohol for over 6 months and still going.
Well, sometimes there's a little bit of stress, Mr. McMillan, when you're escaping a hurricane.
Nope.
Because of the stress, he started smoking cigarettes again.
That was it.
Where were you in Arkansas, sir, when he was smoking this marijuana with you?
We were at the person's house that we were staying at. We just walked around the woods.
No, ma'am. The only time that me and Mr. Crispy ever took a walk. We went to the woods. There was nothing ever done. We ran down the side of a mountain and came back up, and that was it.
Now, when was your license suspended?
It was suspended in about, I think, 2002.
For what?
My dad gave me the keys to his truck so to give back to my mom. And when the cop pulled me over, they searched me, and all I had in there was, I had a 12-pack, but there was only 6 of them left. But when they searched the truck, they found a little baby roach that was in a film case that was in the truck, which I didn't know was there.
More drugs and alcohol.
Well, the alcohol was mine.
Was it inside your belly, inside your little tummy? 6-pack?
Yes.
So you lost your license because of drugs and alcohol?
No, it was just the drugs. They didn't charge me with the alcohol.
Just the drugs. How'd you come up with the $940 to pay your ticket?
My ticket was $1,261.
Well, how'd you come up with $1,261
I had to borrow it from my mom, and I'm still paying her back. They had to use their house note to pay for that fine. And by the time it added all up, it was $1,343.
You want to know something?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe him. I believe that Mr. McMillan knew that he had marijuana.
I didn't know he had it in the car.
I know you didn't, but Mr. McMillan did, and I believe he used it with him. Now, that certainly would indicate to me that he bore some responsibility for this marijuana being in the car. So I suggest you get your money from him. And while the defendant acknowledges that this was his marijuana, everything else he's told me, I believe. He's not making up this stuff because he's certainly not making himself look too good, right? You understand that I don't think you look like a model citizen.
Which I know I'm not.
We know you're not.
Yes, ma'am.
But I believe you when you say that he was smoking marijuana with you in Arkansas. You are telling me the truth, aren't
Yes,
you, sir?
ma'am.
I believe you. So that being the case, Mr. McMillan, you pay your own ticket, and I suggest you reimburse your fiancé for the ticket. You knew the stuff was there. You enjoyed it while you were in Arkansas. You got to pay the piper. Case dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 293 on the calendar in the matter of Heater versus Titus. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Mr. Heater, the defendant used to be your girlfriend.
Yes,
And according to your complaint, she had you falsely arrested for domestic violence.
correct.
Ms. Titus says that she did call the police. She had you arrested for domestic violence, and that's because you hit her. Correct?
Yes.
This incident happened on what date?
July 28th.
Now, Ms. Titus, I am correct that at one point in your relationship, you found yourself pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And you told Mr. Heater that he was the father of this baby and that you miscarried. Is
Yes,
that what
ma'am.
happened? But it turned out that he was not the father of this child.
It could have not been his.
Right. And then you renewed your relationship again briefly. But that's all it takes, Mr. Heater. A brief moment of stupidity, and Miss Titus told you she was pregnant again. And according to you, you said, listen, I didn't know about last time, I don't know about this time. I don't want to have anything to do with this baby until I take a paternity test.
Actually, what I told her was that I would help her out as long as I would be repaid if the baby was not mine.
You didn't discuss that with me first. I would have told you that that was a very bad idea. However, on the evening of the 28th of July, according to you, and according to Miss Titus, she called you and wanted to come over to talk.
Actually, he called me.
Yes.
What did you call her for?
I thought that she had a doctor's appointment regarding the baby the previous day, and I just called to see how it went.
And what did Miss Titus tell you?
She said that I was wrong about the date, that I believe it was the next day, and that she would like to come over and speak to me. And I said, I don't think that's a good idea. We speak face to face, that we should speak over the phone. And she said that she didn't want to speak over the phone.
So Mr. Heater told you not to come over.
Well,
You
no.
acknowledge that. He said he didn't want to talk to you
He
in person.
said that he didn't want to talk to me, but eventually said that it was okay for me to come over.
Did you tell her it was okay to
No,
come
I
over?
did not.
No, I don't believe that. It's not what you say in your answer, and I don't believe that. He said he didn't want to talk to you in person. He thought you should discuss whatever you had to discuss over the phone. But you went over there anyway. What time did you go over there?
About 12:30 in the afternoon.
What did you want to discuss with him?
I wanted to talk to him about the baby and about how things were going between us. We were, before this, we were going out and doing things together, and like...
Don't you people know anything about birth control?
Yes, they don't work for me.
They don't work for you?
Yes. My body rejects them.
There are all kinds of birth control, Ms. Titus.
Yes, ma'am.
The answer to having a problem with one form of birth control is not to have babies with people who don't want to have children with you, like Mr. Heater or anybody else. So you went over there about 12:30.
I knocked at the door, and he told me to come in, and We started talking, and I upset him. And
how did you upset him?
I don't remember exactly what I said.
Maybe you do. If you don't remember, maybe he does. What happened, Mr.
I
Heater?
was upset before she came into the house because I told her not to.
Come over.
And she started screaming through my door at me.
What was she saying?
You have to live up to your responsibilities. You can't create a situation and then not take care of it.
That doesn't sound welcoming, Miss Titus.
That never happened at all.
Go ahead.
So, to save myself from embarrassment from my neighbors, and I did open the door for her to try to...
So you let her in?
Yeah.
And what happened when she came inside?
It just continued on the same thing in there. You have to take care of this. And, I was trying to tell her I'm doing the best I can with this. I don't really know how to deal with this situation. Everything's so bad. I don't know what to do except for what I am doing, and that wasn't good enough for her. And for 30 or 45 minutes, she followed me around my house with me telling her to leave over and over and over again. She would not leave my house. And eventually I was in the kitchen sorting my dishes, and she came in and was pointing her finger at me, yelling at me in there, telling me the same thing, that I had to deal with my responsibilities. At that point, I took her by the hand that she was pointing at me with and just turned her around facing the kitchen door. And I had hold of her elbows with my body pressed against her back and was just walking her towards the door. I was like, you need to leave now. And she grabbed onto the kitchen doorway and started pressing back against me. And when I finally backed off of her and she let go of the door, she turned around and grabbed my hand like this, and then she smacked me in the face and said I had no right to touch her. And as a reaction, my hand came back around too.
So you hit her?
Yeah, regrettably I did come back around. She went off towards what I thought was the front door, but as I was in the kitchen, I heard her dialing my phone. She told me then that she called the police.
Do you have a copy of the police report?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see it, please. Who is this gentleman, Mr. Heater?
This is my friend, Jason Hubbard.
Was he a witness to what happened on the 28th of July?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. Okay, Miss Titus, tell me what happened, your version of what happened when you got into the house.
When I came into the house, we sat down on the couch and started to talk. At first, things were okay. Then I started talking about the baby and about this new girl that he's dating, and how that her not liking me around is the real reason why he's not wanting to have anything to do with the baby. Then he got upset and told me to leave, and I told him no, he can't just end the conversation anytime he wants
yes, he can.
to.
He can tell you to leave this house. Go ahead.
I followed him around the house and was still talking to him, and we ended up in the kitchen, and I had said something about this girl he's dating, his girlfriend, and he doesn't like me to refer to her as that, so that made him really upset. And he came and he grabbed me by my arms and started to escort me through the door, and I stopped myself, told him he didn't have any right to put his hands on me at all.
Yes, he did.
Not according to...
Oh, yes, he did. Once he tells you that he wants you to leave his house and you remain there, you're trespassing. That's a crime. Next.
Well, according to...
Don't tell me according to anybody. You tell according to a police officer. I've had 10 years of postgraduate legal education. When you're in somebody's house and you're an invited guest, first of all, you weren't an invited guest
But
in
I
this
was
house. I'm
invited.
speaking. You weren't an invited guest. You were told not to come. You came anyway. He tried to avoid you and said, please leave. Once he told you to leave his house and you refused, you become a trespasser.
Well, another reason
Now-
I didn't leave is because in previous arguments that we've had, he's asked me to leave, and then 10 minutes later he'll call me and tell me come back over.
Well, you just have to guess his mood there. Right now, he told you to leave, and you didn't leave. So he put his hands on you to escort you out. And what did you do?
I was pushing back against him, like you said, and I turned around, and he still had a hold of me when I smacked him in his face.
Right, so you smacked him in his face first.
Yes, ma'am.
And then he slapped you.
Twice.
Twice. You slapped him the first time, he slapped you twice. It's amazing to me that the police arrested you, sir. Absolutely amazing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You have no right to lie to the police, because it was a lie what you told the police, that he pushed you in your stomach while you were pregnant. That's not what he did at all, because that's not what you told me happened.
And later today,
I asked her, what is he doing here? Why are you calling me at 4 o'clock in the morning if he's here?
He started running his mouth. Me and him got into a fight.
He came with a pipe of some sort, then smashed out the back window.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Nathan Heater says ex-girlfriend Rebecca Titus had him falsely arrested for physically abusing her. Rebecca claims he kicked her in the stomach during her pregnancy.
Tried to get you out of the house. He's holding onto your arms. You're resisting him. Ultimately, you turn around. He's still pushing you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And you slapped him.
Mm-hmm.
He slapped you then twice. Mm-hmm. Where did he slap you? In the face?
In the face.
And then he let go of you when you called the police.
Mm-hmm.
And you are there because you are pregnant.
Yes.
And you're concerned about the welfare of your baby.
Yes.
And that is the primary thing that you're concerned about, the welfare of your baby.
Yes.
So let me tell you what you told the police. Titus said that the defendant grabbed her by the arms and began to drag her out of his house, physically trying to remove her from the residence. She advised that she is pregnant with his child and that he pushed on her stomach. Was that meant to get the police really angry at him? Pregnant, he pushed on your stomach? You're full of baloney. And you had no right to have him arrested. And I'm amazed that they arrested him. He has a right to escort you out of his house if you refuse to leave. You hit him first. Did you hire a lawyer?
No, I had a public defender.
One of the things that I have to comment on is you're not too swift. If you're dating this girl and she tells you she's pregnant and it turns out it could have been you or somebody else, I wouldn't have had a wind through my head and then had intimate relations with her again, unprotected. Do we understand each other?
Completely.
Ms. Titus, you have to learn that domestic violence is a very serious crime. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you have a right to hit somebody and not expect to be hit back. And you have no right to lie to the police, because it was a lie what you told the police that he pushed you in your stomach while you were pregnant. That's not what he did at all, because that's not what you told me happened. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm glad that somebody let her know that there are consequences for her actions.
I want him to be a father to the child, and pending a paternity test, I think that he will be there.
Careful who you fall in love with.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Foster versus Green. Step forward.
23-year-old Nick Foster is suing his ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend, 25-year-old Derek Green, for smashing his car windows with a pipe. Derek claims Nick tried to run him over.
Where's the girlfriend?
She didn't want to come.
She couldn't make it because of work.
Didn't want to come sounds like a better answer.
Probably.
Mr. Foster, the defendant is your ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend?
Yes.
At the time, yeah.
And according to your complaint, one evening he was drunk and disorderly and damaged your car. Mr. Green says that he might have damaged your car, but that was because you tried to run him over. So why don't you tell me this story of intrigue?
Basically, my ex-girlfriend, who I've been together with on and off for 5 years now, she called me over about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
Had you been sleeping when she called?
Trying to, no.
What were you doing?
I was getting home from a night out.
Was this a Saturday night?
It was a Thursday night.
So you were just coming in at 4 o'clock in the morning?
No, I was home probably about 2 o'clock, but she called me at 4 o'clock.
And you figured this is too good to pass up? I'm going over.
Yep.
Had you been drinking?
Earlier that night, yes.
And what happened when you got to her house?
I stayed over there for about hour and a half, and decided to leave.
Who does she live with?
She lives with her mother and her father.
How did she get you into the house?
The front door.
What happened when you left?
Her father was awake, so I decided to go out the back door. That's where I saw the defendant passed out in the backyard.
What were you doing in the backyard passed out, Mr. Green?
I was passed out there because my girlfriend had left with my buddy's girlfriend to go to the store to get cigarettes. I passed out. I wake up. He's chasing my girlfriend around.
You're getting ahead of yourself, sir. I'm asking the questions.
Nick Foster says his ex-girlfriend's current boyfriend, Derek Green, vandalized his car with a pipe. Derek claims Nick is stalking him and his girlfriend.
Where were you earlier in the evening of the 8th of September?
We were at the bar drinking, me and Jacqueline.
Jackie's the girlfriend?
Yes.
How did you get to her house?
Her car.
Who drove?
I did.
You drove the car drunk?
Yes.
And when you got there, she told you you couldn't come in?
No, I was outside smoking a cigarette. I was not allowed to smoke in the house.
And you just fell asleep?
Yes.
Passed out?
Mm-hmm.
You were awakened at about what time?
Around 4 o'clock in the morning.
And tell me what you sort of remember.
So I remember seeing him chasing my girlfriend around the back patio. He ran out the back door and through the back gate.
So he went out the back door?
Yeah, after he had went in the back
Just
door.
He went out. No, you didn't see him go in.
I seen him
No,
running,
no,
chasing
you
my
know,
girlfriend.
listen to me.
All right.
Mr. Green,
Mm-hmm.
let's get it together, sir.
All right, I'm getting it together.
You didn't see him go in, correct?
Yeah.
But you saw him come out.
Yes.
You don't know what time he went in.
I don't really know what went on, to tell you the
When
truth.
you were in the house with your ex-girlfriend and the father woke up, was he angry?
He was upstairs.
What caused your girlfriend to leave the house?
I decided that I needed to leave. So she said, go out the back door. We could hear him walking upstairs. Upon doing that, that's when I noticed that he was outside. I asked her, what is he doing here? Why are you calling me at 4 o'clock in the morning if he's here? So I guess he heard us talking outside, came downside and told us all to leave.
You mean the father?
Yes.
When he said he told you all to leave, what did he say to you?
He said, everyone leave.
That was nice. I would have probably phrased it differently. So what did you do, Mr. Green?
I left.
Well, how did you come in contact with Mr. Foster's car?
After I had walked up the street, he come following me up the street. Me and him got into a fight.
How
stopped.
did you get into a fight? Explain
He got
that.
out of his car. He started running his mouth. Me and him got into a fight, started walking across the street. Then he got back into his car, come across the street, tried to run me over. I had to jump out of the way, and I threw a rock at his back window and busted his window out.
Why did you throw a rock at his back window?
It's an ongoing thing with him. It's, you know, he's been stalking us.
I'm asking you, what did the rock have to do with this altercation that you had?
He tried to run me over. He tried to kill me.
Go ahead, Mr. Foster.
What he said was correct to a point. Yes, we did get into a fight, and I got out of my car to run my mouth because he kicked us out of my car. His friends came over and separated us.
Where were your friends? What are all these people doing at 5 o'clock in the morning?
He woke him
They're
up.
not my friends.
We woke him up arguing, and they were right across the street.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
I'm 25.
It's not even the youth of America. Yes, go ahead. So,
Well, when you stand in the middle of the street as I'm trying to leave, yes, I guess you could say I tried to hit him.
with your car.
Well, yeah, if I'm driving in the middle of the street, he's in the middle of the street, then yes, I guess you could say I tried to hit him.
Yeah, go ahead.
He came after me as I pulled over. He came with a pipe of some sort, smashed the side of my car on the driver's door, then the back door, then smashed out the back window.
Does that sound right, Mr. Green?
No.
Well, how did all the windows get broken on his car?
I don't know how all the windows got broken. I know I busted the back window out. I didn't bust any of the other windows out.
Can I see pictures of the car, please?
The other windows were not busted out. It's the side, or the top of my car, on the side of my car, that was damaged with a pipe.
What kind of car do you have?
Grand Prix.
Ooh, no, that's a pipe, Mr. Green. That's not a rock, sir. That's pipe. What kind of work do you do?
I'm a roofing supervisor.
A what?
Roofing supervisor.
If I were spend my days up on the top of a roof, I don't think I would get as sauced as you do, sir.
I take off when I want.
That's responsible.
I pick my days.
Can I see the estimates on your car, please? Either one of you treated at any hospital or by any doctor on the night of the 8th or the 9th of September?
No.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Treated by a doctor or a hospital?
No, I was not.
Okay, so we're not talking about any injuries to you. We're talking about two people who had been drinking a lot, right? Let me ask you a question. Did you have a fight with your ex-girlfriend that evening?
No.
Did you ask her whether or not she'd called him to come over?
Yes, I did.
And what did she say?
She said no.
But you see, that's a lie, because she let him in the house.
You know, when somebody stalks you so much, then you can only do so much.
Listen to me. If somebody's stalking, uncross your hands. If somebody's stalking you, you don't resolve his stalking by calling him at 4 o'clock in the morning to come over to the house. And you don't let him in the house, sir.
Yeah, well, he's coming to my house 2:30 in the morning.
I don't care about your house. I'm talking about the girlfriend's house, sir.
I'm not worried about that no more.
Listen, when you drink, you have to pay the piper. I don't think your girlfriend was honest with you, sir, with regard to what happened that evening. Maybe she was a little drunk, too, which is why she called Mr. Foster over. Certainly her father got fed up with all of you, told you all to leave. If he was afraid for his daughter's life, he would have taken her into the house and said, you guys get out of here because you're placing my entire family at risk. So think that's something you really have to look into. And maybe if you had a clear head, Mr. Green, and weren't so infused with alcohol, you could look at the situation a little more clearly. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,941. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 206 on the calendar in the matter of Smithson versus Smithson. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Ms. Smithson, you and the defendant are related to each other through marriage. Is that right?
That's correct.
And it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you. You want her to be responsible for your medical bills and whatever pain and suffering you experienced as a result of an assault. You say that the plaintiff was disrespectful to your father-in-law?
To my father.
To your father. And that what ensued as a result of her being disrespectful was really no more than a scuffle and the plaintiff was not injured. That's
Correct.
your defense. You both live in the same town?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And what town is this?
Bethesda, Paytonsville.
Maryland?
Tennessee. Franklin, Tennessee.
And how long have you been a Smithson?
27 years.
And you?
All my life. It's my maiden name.
Are there rich Smithsons and poor Smithsons?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what I gather from these papers.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you one of the rich Smithsons or
Yes,
one of the
ma'am.
poor Smithsons?
I'm one of the richer Smithsons.
And you?
The poor Smithsons.
No, I got it. But I gather that the rich Smithsons and the poor Smithsons don't get along too well. So I want you to tell me your first name.
Doris Darnell Smithson.
And your first name?
Joanne.
I'm going to ask if you would allow me to be a little less formal because, first of all, Smithson is a tongue twister. And second of all, I want to be able to differentiate between the two of you. So would you mind if I were a little less formal? Is that all right? All right, Doris, tell me what precipitated this problem? I want you to explain to me.
Well, at the
what happened.
time, I really didn't know there was a problem. You know, there's always been harassment in the family ever since she's been in it, actually. But we've always got along with her because of my father's 92-year-old brother.
Okay. Now, your father's brother
Lives
is
with
her father-in-law.
Yes, ma'am. And it actually was me and her husband that actually had the argument.
Okay. Just tell me what precipitated the argument.
Okay,
There was a sale of property.
Yes,
An estate sale.
Estate sale.
And it was the estate sale of your father-in-law who was selling off personal property.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that so far right?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Well, you know, I go up there in good nature. We talk good. I talked with Joanne. I talked with Sam Jr. about stuff that they still had to sell. And I asked them if they had any more of Mammy's stuff, you know, my grandmother's. And they said no. Then they were talking about a lamp that my father wanted. I have no idea about this oil lamp she's talking about. And I said, well, what kind of oil lamp is it he's wanting? And maybe I can get him one. And then Sam Jr. starts coming out discussing.
Sam Jr. is her husband.
Her husband.
Okay.
See, so this was really mine and Sam Jr.'s argument.
Okay. You and her husband got into an argument.
Me and her
over
husband
this,
got in an argument.
over this missing oil lamp.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay. So he starts just fussing and just really getting mad, and I'm just calm. I'm like, well, okay, that's fine. You know, you've always been the greedy one in the family, and he always has. He's always been different from all of us.
What day was this, Doris?
Our fight was April the 16th, so it was the Saturday before that. It was the 10th.
10th of April. That was a week before this altercation
Yes,
that you
ma'am.
had with Joanne.
Yes, ma'am.
Go
You know,
ahead.
so I left, and when I get home, he had called and said that my father went to their sale and left his lounge chairs. Him and my mother left their lounge chairs there.
Did they purchase these chairs?
No, it was their chairs that they
gave
took
them
to sit in at the auction. So the next day, my father goes up there to get these chairs, and she clobbers him, just literally clobbers him.
Okay. Would you step up, please, sir? Your last name is?
Smithson.
Mr. Smithson. Tell me what happened when you went to get your chairs.
When we didn't get the chair, it was on a Sunday. So I called Joanne and I asked, I said, we left 2 chairs up there. Did somebody get them or they're still out? She said, they're sitting out there in front of the barn. So I said, I'll be up there in the morning, which had been Monday morning, so I'll be up there around 9:30 or 10 to get them. She said, that'd be fine. So about 9:30, I went up there. I stopped right in front of the trailer at the parking place. And when I got out, my brother was sitting on the porch. And she come out, and that's when she started shaking her finger at me, cussing. And my brother got
Well,
up
what
high.
did she say to you?
She called me SBs, MF, you name it, she called it.
But she had locked his chairs up in her trunk and wasn't going to let him have him. You're going to listen to me. You tell Darnell.
You listen to me. You weren't listening to me. Doris, you weren't there. And your father is doing just fine.
But finally, she come off my porch, and I said, Joanne, where my chair that? She said, well, you going to listen to me first. I said, no, I didn't come up here to argue with you. I said, I come get my chairs. So finally, she got the chairs out of the car and rammed them up again and said, hey, these chairs. She said, let me tell you some others. We got the lamp, but the only way you get it be busted over your D head. And she said they're married, but Sam Jr. tell everybody they ain't married. So I don't know.
Well, that's not for me to figure out right now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Smithson.
Thank you,
may
Your
have
Honor.
a seat. What did you yell at him about?
I did.
Joanne, yes, you did. You did. I know you did. You know I know you did? Because I can tell when people are telling me the truth, and he's told me the truth. What were you yelling at him about?
I didn't yell at him, Your Honor. He came up to the front porch. That's when I went outside. And then I said, I've got something I need to talk to you about. And I said, I don't want to hear any more about this oil lamp.
Did you put the chairs in the trunk of your car?
Yes, I did.
Why?
Because I was afraid that with these type of people we're dealing with, they could have said we stole them or anything.
Listen, do you understand what I mean when I say to you that I can tell when people are lying to me, Miss Smithson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can tell by their body English, you can tell by their hesitation, you can tell by their shifting, you can tell. I can tell. That's my job. I've been doing it for 35 years. So I can tell that you just made up a story. You were terribly disrespectful to him. There was no reason for you to put his chairs in the trunk of your car. Absolutely none.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Darnell comes behind my car and opens up the door, and after that, I don't remember the hit.
And later today,
You're told that your daughter's lungs are bleeding because of this bird, and you keep the bird November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Where is your head?
claims her husband's cousin, Doris Smithson, attacked her, slamming her face into the dashboard of a car. Doris claims Joanne is the family troublemaker.
Now who are you?
Amber.
You're the one with the oil lamp.
No.
Where is the oil lamp?
Well, the oil lamp that they're talking about, I have no idea what oil lamp they're talking about.
Well, let's say any oil lamp, Amber. Let's start with any oil lamp, and I want you to be very clear on this, my dear.
Okay.
I can tell when your mother's lying, and I can tell when you're lying.
Well.
So, let's get to this. Do you live at home?
No, I don't.
You live in your own place?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an oil lamp in your
No,
place?
I don't.
Any oil lamp?
No, I have no.
Have you ever seen an oil lamp in your mother and father's house?
I've seen several oil
How
lamps.
many?
10, 12, maybe.
Okay. Do you know of any ones that you've seen in your mother and father's home that belonged to your grandmother?
I wouldn't know if it belonged to her or not.
So what you're telling me is you know nothing about the oil
lamp.
lamp. All right. Now you can have a seat. You're very lucky. Where's his oil lamp?
This oil lamp does not exist.
Fine. Now, I've already made a decision that you behaved badly with Mr. Smithson. That does not excuse an assault if one took place. Doris, you have to understand that too. So now, Joanne, I want you to tell me what happened on the 16th of April when you were getting some gas.
Okay. My husband and I went to a local market, Bethesda Market. I was sitting in my car, seatbelt on. My husband went inside to get us a cold drink because we was on our way to the flea market. Darnell comes behind my car and opens up the door.
The passenger door?
Yes. And I looked up, and it was Darnell. And after that, I don't remember the hit. There's several things I remember, some things I don't remember.
Do you have photographs of your injuries?
I have a diagram, photograph from the emergency room.
The answer is you do not have photographs.
No.
You have medical records.
Right.
Good, I'll see the medical records. Anybody have a police report?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
I'd like to see it, please.
I've got two. The day of the assault and also the revenge assault against me over the lamp that I was cleared of.
What?
The same day, she and her father took out a revenge warrant against me over
I never
a
heard of a
lamb.
revenge warrant.
Well, it is.
No,
Okay. There's no such thing as a revenge warrant.
Then what is
They
it?
filed a complaint against you.
Okay. The same day that the assault happened.
Well, there is absolutely no issue as to whether you were assaulted or not. You were, in fact, assaulted.
Also, I was. Shh. Okay.
Mr. Smithson,
Yes, ma'am.
step up here, sir. You filed a complaint with the police.
I did not.
Well, your daughter did. And the most important thing is that when the police officer questioned you, you told the police as follows, because this is in the police officer's own language. Mr. Smithson, that's you, said that when he returned home, that he told his daughter Darnell about Joanne's actions and abusive language and remarks that were directed towards him, that you told your daughter. According to Mr. Smithson, Darnell said that when next she saw Joanne, that she would whoop her. And from his testimony, she did. Did your daughter say that to you?
I didn't even see my daughter that day, Your Honor.
Listen to me. Whether it was that day or the next day, you told the police. You wouldn't have lied to the police, would you,
No,
Mr.
I would
Smithson?
not.
Either you told the police that your daughter said she was going to whoop Joanne, or the police officer is lying. Which one do you think
I'm
it
not
is?
going to say the officer's lying, no.
Good.
I will
I'm
not.
glad you wouldn't say that,
I
Mr.
would not.
Smithson. Sit down now. Okay. Now I'm going to hear you, Doris, because you see.
Yes, ma'am.
I know when people are lying, like Joanne here.
Yes.
But I can read medical records, and I know she was assaulted.
But not $4,000 worth. I have one.
I want to
also
tell you
here.
something. Not $4,000 worth. How much do you think it's worth when somebody hits you in the face?
Well, I really never hit her.
Yes, you did.
All I did was just, she come out of her car. Nobody seen me hit her.
I didn't ask whether
I
anybody.
was
I saw the
walking out
medical.
of there.
Listen to me. I saw the medical records. She was hit in the face.
Okay. I was also scratched right here.
Did she go to your car?
No, I live right across the store. I'm going to the store. They're already there. And she hollers at me first, "Hey, you." And I said, oh Lord, here's Joanne. You know, she starts coming out of her car. I calmly just set her right back down in her seat.
That's worth $4,000, madam.
Well,
Because
it could
what you're
be.
doing is fibbing to me.
Joanne Smithson claims her husband's cousin, Doris Smithson, attacked her, slamming her face into the dashboard of a car. Doris claims Joanne is the family troublemaker.
Doris, medical records don't lie. Diagrams of her injuries don't lie. Listen, pay careful attention. Because you were angry that your father was disrespected by Miss Big Mouth over here.
Well, if she
I'm
was
speaking.
hurt.
I'm speaking.
Okay.
Without any just cause. Because I do have a feeling that she's a troublemaker. I believe that.
Yeah.
Because I think that probably a lot of things that were sold, things that might have had sentimental value to both brothers, should have been, before you sell them to strangers, you say, listen, would you like something of Mom's? Would you like something that's been in the family for a long time? That's what decent people do, Joanne. And if you didn't do that, and if your husband didn't do that, that means you're not decent people. Do you understand? However, that doesn't mean you can put your hands on her. So, the fact that she disrespected your father, and the fact that you did say to him, next time I see her, I'm going to whoop her, the fact that you did it is going to cost you $4,000. Judgment for the plaintiff, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I run to her car. I jumped in there. I jumped on her and I grabbed her like that. And if she jumps on him again, I'll do it again.
This is such a dysfunctional family.
All of our families together. They're the only one that's out of the family.
I don't even associate with these people.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Smith versus Franks. Step forward.
Amber Smith is suing her sister, Vanessa Franks, for selling her cockatoo and keeping the proceeds.
Miss Smith, this is your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this case is not going to take long, Bird. Don't get comfortable, because I quite frankly don't understand what the defense is in this case. You sold your sister a bird, an exotic bird. What kind of bird was it?
She was a Moluccan cockatoo.
And you charged her how much for the bird?
Only $700 for the bird in the cage, which is normally worth a lot more.
Please. That's not complicated. You charged her $700.
Yes.
And she was going to pay you.
Yes.
Little bits. And she paid you some. How much did she pay you?
She paid me $100 in November.
And then she stopped making payments.
Yes.
Your sister says that you were supposed to come and get the bird because her daughter had some sort of an illness, that she couldn't be in the house with the bird. She told you to come and get the bird. You didn't come and get the bird, so she sold it.
Yes, ma'am.
And sold it for?
$500.
$500. And you took the $500 and you?
Put it in the bank.
That's my question, Miss Franks. If you sold the bird,
yes, ma'am,
why do you think you're entitled to sell the bird and keep the money instead of paying your sister for the bird?
Okay, in November, my daughter's lungs bled in November of 2004. I called my sister on the phone, stated to her, I'm either going to have to sell this bird or you can have the bird back. She said, we want the bird back, don't sell the bird. They came for Thanksgiving. You taking the bird? No, we're not taking the bird. Christmas, are you taking the bird?
Miss Franks, is what you're telling me, just put your hand down. So what you're telling me that your daughter's lungs were bleeding because of the bird.
Right.
And you kept the bird in your house between November, when your daughter was diagnosed with this illness?
No, she's been diagnosed since birth.
Well, between the time you were told to get rid of the bird in November and you kept the bird till Christmas?
The bird was actually in my home until right at the beginning of May.
What town do you live in?
Milledgeville, Georgia.
Anywhere in the state of Georgia, do they have an animal rescue?
Not
of course
where
they
I
do.
live, no.
I don't care where you live or not. They do have trees in Georgia, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, if my child had bleeding lungs, and doctor told me in November that I had to get rid of this bird because this bird was causing my child's lungs to bleed, and if I couldn't find someone to take that bird, it is warm in Georgia, isn't it?
For part of the year, yes.
Well, I would hope that it was the right part of the year because that window would be open, that bird would be gone. I don't understand where you're coming from. You're told that your daughter's lungs are bleeding because of this bird. And you keep the bird November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Where is your head?
She's my sister at the same time.
Please don't speak. Okay. Listen to me, Miss Smith.
Yes.
Your sister acknowledges that she told you she was going to give you $700 for the bird.
Yes.
I haven't heard anything cogent as to why she should be able to sell a bird that she didn't pay for and not pay for it. Anybody hear a reason? Hearing none, judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 319 on the calendar in the matter of McLean versus Reed. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Reed, how many children do you have, sir?
6.
Who is your oldest child?
Stephanie.
That's this child here?
Yes.
And your youngest?
Brandon.
How old is Brandon?
Brandon is 8.
You and Mrs. McLean were married for how long?
2 years, I believe.
And how many children do you have together?
2.
Your daughter is planning her wedding. And according to what I read, Mrs. McLean, you and your former husband agreed to split the cost of the wedding. You did a budget. It was going to be $5,000. Mr. Reed, you agreed to pay for half.
Correct.
You did, in fact, pay $2,500.
Yes, ma'am.
But the wedding went over budget, and you want him to pay half of the overage of $800.
Yes.
And Mr. Reed says, you went over budget, girls. That's your problem. I agreed to pay for half the wedding, which was budgeted at $5,000, and that's what I'm going to pay.
I agree.
Why did you go over budget?
Well, the reason we had gone...
Now, listen, did you have a nice wedding?
Yeah. She had a beautiful wedding.
Beautiful wedding, beautiful bride, beautiful husband, nice-looking parents. Don't act... What?
I said yes, thank you.
Do you let him speak at home? Is that the reason he feels compelled to speak here? Because he's not allowed to speak at home?
Don't speak, honey.
She's cute. Okay, now getting back to you. Why did you go over budget?
Well, the reason we had gone over budget was we had it at the reception at a place that cost a lot more money than we had anticipated.
Now, when you realized that this was going to cost more than you anticipated, because you could have found a site that would have cost within the budget, but that's not what you really wanted, right? You wanted a different place. What did you do when you realized you were going over budget?
Well, Stephanie and I did a lot of emails back and forth because she actually lives in Utah. And I was planning the wedding here. And so I had told her that it looked like we were probably going to go over the cost of the wedding. And so she was kind of my in-between person between her dad and I, and had emailed to him and his current wife that we were going to be probably going over the budget.
Do you have an email from him indicating that's fine, I will pay half of whatever the overage is?
I do.
Let me see it.
This was actually an email to Stephanie.
That's fine. Well, this is not from Mr. Reed. This is from Mr. Reed's wife.
Right.
Do you know that your wife sent an email, sir, that said, listen, that's to Steph, and said, your dad and I don't have a problem if you go over the $5,000, some, as long as your mom is willing to split the cost. Do you know that your wife said that?
At the time that email was written, no, I wasn't aware that she said that.
When did you become aware of this?
I became aware about 1 to 2 weeks before the wedding as we discussed the overage.
So your wife was speaking allegedly for you, which she can't do, but they acted upon this and then went over their budget. Do you understand?
Yes.
So it was really in good faith that your daughter went over the budget because she felt as if she was dealing with your wife, and your wife had the authority to say, okay, as long as mom splits the cost and as long as you're not going over too much. So when you found out, Mr. Reed, about this email, what did you do?
Well, by the time I had found out about the comment that my wife made, things had already become contentious because all along I had made it clear to Holly that I agreed to a certain amount. Not only that, in the beginning, Holly wanted to spend far less. I actually felt that we should spend more, and it was my suggestion to pay the $5,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, today, I want to speak directly to those among you who wake up in the morning, look around, and wonder why the world feels so hollow. To the men who feel like something vital is missing, some hidden spark, some purpose, some reason to stand tall, you are not alone. The sense of emptiness that haunts so many men today is not a private failing. It is a cultural crisis, and unless we confront it directly, it will consume our potential, our families, our communities, and even our civilization. We will explore this in 2 chapters. Chapter 1. We will uncover the hidden forces, cultural, psychological, and existential, that drain meaning from the lives of modern men. Chapter 2. We will build the foundations of purpose, responsibility, and self-respect that can fill that void and turn emptiness into strength. Take a deep breath. Open your mind. This is going to be uncomfortable, but it could also be the moment you begin to rise again. Chapter 1. The invisible vacuum. Why men feel empty. Let's start by naming the beast. 'Cause when you can name something, you can start to understand it. When you understand it, you can start to fight it. 1. The collapse of structures. For thousands of years, men had clear structures to inhabit. They were providers. They were protectors. They were builders. These roles were not merely social expectations. They were embedded into men's very sense of worth. When you knew that your life had a mission to feed your family, to guard your people, to contribute to something larger than yourself, it anchored you. But in the modern world, those structures have collapsed. You are told you're not needed to protect anyone. Institutions will do that for you. You are told providing doesn't matter. Your partner doesn't need you. Are told that your drive for mastery is suspect, maybe even toxic, so you float, drift in an ocean of uncertainty, denied the stabilizing forces that shaped men. For generations, it is no wonder that so many men report feeling as if life has no point. Point 2. The disintegration of responsibility is the antidote to meaninglessness. The burden of responsibility is precisely what justifies your existence. It gives you a reason to get up when you would rather stay in bed. But what does the culture tell you today? Do what feels good. Follow your passion. Stay comfortable. Those are illusions. A man who only chases his feelings becomes a slave to fleeting pleasure. He never learns the hard discipline of sacrifice. He never earns the respect of others or himself. And without responsibility, life becomes a series of distractions that leave you emptier and more ashamed each time the pleasure fades. 3. The poison of nihilism when you lose your sense of responsibility and structure. Nihilism creeps in. Nihilism says, nothing matters, nothing is worth doing. All truths are relative. It sounds sophisticated like some enlightened philosophy, but it's cowardice disguised as insight. It is the whisper of a man who is too afraid to stand for something. If you adopt nihilism, you have given up the game before you even started playing. You have declared defeat without testing your strength, and your soul knows it. That's why the emptiness grows, for the epidemic of comparison. The past, you compared yourself to a few people in your village or your town. Today you are connected to a billion other humans whose best moments flood your screens every waking hour. You see the wealthiest, the strongest, the most beautiful, the most successful, and you conclude, I am nothing compared to them. This is a lie. Comparison is natural, but constant global comparison is unnatural. Your worth is not defined by how you measure up against curated images of strangers. When you obsess over this, you will always feel like you are not enough and your emptiness will deepen. 5. The loss of initiation. Many traditional cultures had rites of passage that marked the transition from boyhood to manhood. You had to prove your courage, your discipline, your strength. In modern society, these initiations have vanished. So what happens? You remain psychologically adolescent, waiting for some external force to declare you a man, but no one comes. No elder anoints you. No ritual recognizes your struggle. You drift. You feel like an imposter, because no inner switch is flipped. You never fully embody your adult potential. That uncompleted journey is another source of emptiness. 6. The spiritual starvation. Finally, Deb, the most profound emptiness comes from spiritual hunger. Even if you don't consider yourself religious, you have a yearning for transcendence, for something greater than yourself. When you deny that yearning, you attempt to fill the gap with consumerism, drugs, shallow relationships, or mindless entertainment. It never works. Man is a creature that requires a relationship with meaning itself. Call it God. Truth, the good, the ideal. Without that relationship, you are a machine going through the motions. This is why you feel hollow. This is why you feel like life is a cruel joke. Because without the spiritual dimension, it is. Chapter 2, The Return. To meaning, how to build a life that matters, we have named the sources of emptiness. Now we must chart the path back to meaning. Let me be clear. No guru, no therapist, no philosopher can walk this path for you. You must take these steps yourself. But you do not have to take them alone. Millions of men have walked this path, and you can too. 1. Reclaim responsibility. The first step is to reclaim responsibility as the cornerstone of your life. Stop asking, what do I want from life? Start asking, what does life demand from me? Look around you. What needs doing? Where is there chaos you can bring into order? Where is there suffering you can alleviate? you will find that your sense of purpose grows in direct proportion to the burden you are willing to carry. Responsibility is not a trap. It is the ladder out of despair too. Build competence. Men need to feel capable. You cannot respect yourself if you have no skills, no discipline, no evidence of your own power. Identify an area of life you can master. Your body, train it, feed it properly. Your work, learn it until you are undeniably good. Your mind, read, study, question. Your relationships, learn to listen and to speak the truth. Competence breeds confidence, and confidence fills the void where self-loathing used to live. 3. Create. Structure. A meaningful life requires order. Design your days with intention. Get up at the same time. Make your bed. Plan your goals. Track your habits. Structure is not oppression, it is freedom. It is the container that allows your highest potential to grow without dissolving into chaos. 4. Confront your shadows. You cannot build a life worth living if you refuse to confront the darkness within you. Your resentment, your laziness, your envy, your fear. Write it down, speak it aloud. Drag it into the light. This is the hero's journey, not slaying some external dragon, but conquering the monsters in your own heart. The man who faces his shadows becomes whole. The man who denies them remains hollow. 5. Find brotherhood. Modern men are isolated. Alone, you will collapse under the weight of life's burdens. Seek out other men who are striving towards something higher. Build friendships based on honesty, challenge, and mutual growth. True brotherhood is not just drinking beer or watching sports, it's holding each other accountable to your highest standards. Community gives you strength. It also reminds you that your struggles are not unique, that you are never truly alone. 6. Pursue transcendence. Finally, you must cultivate a relationship with the transcendent. You may not believe in God. That is your right. Deny that you hunger for meaning. You need to feel connected to something eternal, some vision of truth, beauty, or the good that calls you beyond yourself. This can be found in service to others, devotion to your family, the relentless pursuit of excellence, art, music, and literature, contemplation of the mystery of existence. Whatever path you choose, the principle is the same. When you orient yourself towards something greater, you are no longer just a creature of appetite. You are a man on a mission, and when you have a mission, emptiness gives way to purpose. Conclusion. The call to responsibility. Let me leave you with this final thought. You were not born to be comfortable. You were born to struggle nobly. You were born to wrest meaning from the chaos of existence. You were born to shoulder responsibility so that others could stand upon your shoulders. When you accept this truth, the emptiness will no longer terrify you, because you will know that the void is simply space waiting to be filled by the best of who you are. Stand up, face your life. Carry your burden with dignity. That is how a man becomes whole. Thank you.